So a few years ago, as I do a lot of journaling, and as I was journaling, there was this feeling that came up. Music has always been a big part of my life, and just a feeling came up where I thought, oh man, I think I wanted to be a musician. And somewhere I went on a different path, and I never did that. I went in the business world. I had a really nice, successful career in marketing, and I have my career in coaching, and I have a wonderful life. But I think I wanted to be a musician. And there was a sadness that came over me that I think I
Mhm.
missed it. And to play an instrument, you got to start when you're a teenager. And I'm too old now. And this incredible sadness came over me. So, this is where this tool comes in handy. I just got my pen and paper out and started writing what are all the thoughts that are making me so sad right now around this specific topic. And there, I call these the oh no, what if thoughts. And there were a lot of them. And the thoughts were to play an instrument, you have to start when you're a teenager. I'm too old. I missed my time. It's too late for me. I can't sing. I don't know. I don't have a good voice. And I would need to be able to sing, and I can't sing. But those were the main ones, but there were just other ones around, like I can't do it. That's for other people. That was a big one. Maybe my role is to support other musicians, which I love to do. I just, because I love music, love hearing live music. Maybe that's my role. So there were a lot of thoughts around that. And so I put those all down on paper, and these are the thoughts I'm currently thinking. And that goes on the left-hand side, thoughts that we are currently thinking about that. And then the next step is to just would breathe and feel how those thoughts are right now and recognize they're here. They're real thoughts that I'm having. And I'm not going to pretend they're not here, but I'm also not going to fight them. And noticing the feelings also associated with those thoughts in my body, that I could feel just like a deep heaviness. This is something I realized this is a dream of mine. And it was just a very sad heaviness. It's almost making me sad to even think that I was thinking that at that time. And then being able to just accept those feelings and let it go. And then working on the right hand side of the paper. What are the thoughts that I would rather be thinking, even if I'm not thinking them today? In a magical world, what would I rather be thinking when I think about the thoughts of wanting to be a musician? What would I rather be thinking? I would rather be thinking, well, of course you can pick up an instrument at my age. You can learn an instrument at any age. People are learning instruments at all ages of life. Vocals, yes, there's natural talent, but a lot can be taught. There was another thought. I wonder if there's other people like me that have done this, that decided to pick up an instrument and start singing at my age. I wonder if there's other people out there. And then the thoughts just kept coming. I wonder if it's possible that I could do this. And momentum was starting to build around this lighter, more helpful thought. And even though these other thoughts were still there at the time, I realized these are the thoughts I want to focus in on. And what if I started looking for other people like me and to see if they're out there? And as I was thinking about those thoughts, I just started feeling more hopeful and a little bit lighter toward it. And then as I went through the thoughts again, I asked myself, what is one step I could take today to move me closer to my goals in support of these lighter thoughts? And the thought came up was, I need to hire a vocal coach. And where that went from there is I hired a vocal coach. And the first thing she said to me in explain, she asked why I wanted to take lessons. And so the first thing she said to me was, Tracey, 90% of singing can be taught. Yes, there is a talent area in there, but a lot can be taught. And I was like, wow, I found a vocal coach that echoed my exact thought. My journey's been continuing from there.
Tracy's now playing paid concerts for people at venues. You might notice she went from the sadness and the oh no, what if scary thoughts, and it turned to more of a wonder And then she turned it into more of magical what ifs. And as we start just slowing down our thoughts by writing them down, we do start to kick into our inner creativity and those feelings inside that give us motivation and wonder. But not only that, when I'm stuck in a thought pattern of, oh no, what if, and I don't want, it's like a punching bag. The thoughts feel very and like this, and they actually cloud my vision. So I don't even really see the possibilities of anything other than that. It's hard for me to see and believe that somebody could start becoming a musician at an age past 30. And when we start to change those thoughts and get clearer here, it opens our eyes to a pathway that leads us to better solutions also. So these things are going on as the mechanics behind things. If you're one of those people that really like to understand how and why it works, besides just getting the job done. And when I worked with clients, and especially in classes, when they first start using this tool and I walk them through it and all of these steps to it and why it works, many times they start with a list on the left side that goes over 4 papers. I don't want this, and they dump, and then they start to build. And the best thing about it even is you start to feel the relief just by looking at and accepting. Relief happens. Then you start getting clearer on the thoughts you want. And a lot of times people think, I don't want to, whatever, I don't want to have to do all the work. It doesn't turn into, I didn't have to do any work. It usually turns into, wow, I enjoyed the process of doing the steps it takes to become a musician, if that's it. So a lot of times when we first look at the I don't want, we think it's a 180-degree, and it's not. It's a more enriching, fuller picture of what you want when you build that right side. So in the table, it simply helps you feel better because you're starting to focus on this instead of when you're going to bed at night, these what if thoughts get all the attention. You have a new place to go to drop into and soothe yourself. But it also drives actions and opens your mind to new possibilities.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. I love how you drew clarity to that. And the other thing that I wanted to add to that, and you were touching on that, is once you have the clarity, being able to see the thoughts that are going to be supportive and the thoughts where I want to go, the thoughts I'd rather be thinking. I'm of the belief, and I know you are too, Patty, that our thoughts create our future, right?
Plant those
So,
seeds.
yes, and what kind of seeds are we going to plant?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I were to focus on the left-hand side of the page, all those oh no, what if thoughts, I could have easily found things in my world to reinforce that.
Right.
I could have Googled, what age do you need to start playing an instrument? And they would have said I could have read tons of articles on how difficult it is to learn an instrument past the age of, boy, probably even 25,
Yep.
right? And yep, and I could have found so much information to reinforce that belief that it
Mm-hmm.
is possible to do at a later age. But on the other side, if these were the thoughts I'm going to intentionally choose. I'm going to intentionally choose these thoughts that this can be done at a
Mm-hmm.
later age. And what I'm going to look for people that have done it.
Right.
I'm going to look to find, and I'm going to look for people that believe that this can be done. And those are the people I'm going to get in my camp. These are the thoughts I'm going to choose. And I'm going to intentionally work on building this side. So it's kind of a pathway of how to get there. So
Right.
even past the initial tool, this is how I use it moving forward.